Me with this shit, she told me where he be. I say the show, baby, let me know if you wanna eat. She like, you already know. Just put your girl on fleek. In that cool, we can do that, boo. What you want, shoes, Jimmy Choo, on the head they do.
Welcome back to episode 3 of the Redeem Team podcast. This is Casey. We do now have a new guest,
This is Gabe. How you doing? Appreciate you having me on the show.
of course, and now
I'm back.
he's back.
Armando.
He's returned from the dead. Today is going to be covering our first NFL pod. We're going to talk about power rankings, MVP favorites, and Joe Burrow and whatever happened to his knee. So we might as well just jump right into it. At number 1, I have I have the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see anybody beating this team, except for some reason the Raiders have their number. I don't get that, like why they go into shootouts with the Raiders. I don't.
It's just division rivals.
I mean, maybe Derek Carr is just that guy. But I do have Kansas City number 1. And just to preface this, for any Steelers fans watching, I don't believe in y'all at all.
Well, I mean, I don't believe in the Steelers also, but I'm going to put y'all at 1 just because, I mean, y'all 10-0. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due. But, I mean, the Steelers going to whoop your ass. I mean, if we're being real, I'll put the Steelers or the Chiefs at 1, actually, if we're doing, like, if I'm being real about it. But I'm just going to put the Steelers just for the record. And then the Chiefs right behind them. And, like I said, the Saints, I put them right behind them at 3 just for the sole purpose that they just finding ways to win, even though the quarterback's out. They got Taysom Hill, basically a running back playing quarterback, still winning. But,
24 fantasy points.
Dude, he saved me. I'm gonna be honest.
He went off.
I had him in 3 leagues. I put him in at tight end right before they took his eligibility.
League,
right before they took his eligibility at tight end, and he got me 24 points. So shout out Taysom Hill.
All right, so for me, I got the Chiefs, Steelers, and then Saints also at 3. I think the Saints are always just gonna field a good team. Yeah. Like always, it just doesn't matter. They always gonna have a good roster. It just comes down to just stupid stuff, like in the playoffs. It's always something.
Yeah, I mean they have 2 of the best running backs in the league, Taysom Hill and Taysom Hill. So like, I have the Saints at 2, behind Kansas City, but like Kansas City is really the only true team that I trust out of all of these teams.
There's like a good mix of teams. Just like
there's just something.
If they lost or won, like I wouldn't be surprised with either. Like, especially in the playoffs, because a lot of these teams are obviously going to have to go against each other. Yeah. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised with either team winning.
Yeah, I mean like you said before we started the pod, Pittsburgh is beating who they're supposed to beat, but like they're beating Keller ISD football teams. Like, I think they've played like 3 legitimately good teams.
They played the Titans and the Ravens. I know that.
And the Browns, I guess you could count because they're 7-3.
Browns are pretty solid.
They're doing what they need to do. But I'm saying, like, they haven't played like the Chiefs and all, but that's the thing. So everybody thinks if we're being realistic, the Chiefs are the number 1 team. Yeah. I saw it because everything comes down to the quarterback. I mean, if you got Patrick Mahomes, I don't see
you're the number 1 team.
Yeah, I don't see a game where someone's gonna doubt you're gonna lose because I mean you're in every game just because that man alone. Yeah. So I mean, they're always gonna be the favorites in each game, so that's why they're probably above the Steelers. I don't think they play the Steelers this year, but at least in the regular season.
Yeah. It's just with Pat though. I've never trusted a quarterback more with a quarterback who has the ball with a minute 20
no
left.
Doubt. I have no doubt. Like
they're gonna score.
Yeah,
and he's not going for the field goal. That's the best part.
Oh no, he don't care. He's
literally the last game. Like
he's getting the touchdown.
It was like 22-yard touchdown. It was wide open too because he scrambles out to the left.
Yeah, he got a bunch of weapons too. I mean, you got Tyreek Hill on the outside, Travis Kelce. Still got Samuel Walker over there.
Now, and then you also got Le'Veon Bell, which now they have a running game, which they didn't have last year that well.
And defense, defense side is getting better. It's like
their first year with Patrick Mahomes, like actually playing, their defense was horrible. So he had to get in these like stupid like shootouts, and now the defense is getting better.
I know. I'm saying he win most of them.
This year, I've seen Patrick Mahomes turn from like crazy gunslinger now to like super efficient. He has now his 2nd interception of the year.
Yeah. So now he has how many touchdown passes did he throw against the Raiders? 3, 2.
I think it was 3 or 2.
Okay, so now, let's say 3. So now he's thrown 30 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Something stupid like that.
That's like
it's dumb. It's like prime Aaron Rodgers.
That's
numbers.
like what I do on Madden.
Considering the passes that he makes too, like some of the crazy ones that doesn't get picked off, like it's a lot of the same. So I mean, it's just the fact that he can do anything he wants.
It's crazy because he still has that gunslinger about him.
Yeah,
like he still.
If he wants to, he's gonna throw it 50 yards.
I know.
Bomb.
I know. Behind the top 3 teams, I have the New York Jets. I think the Jets are legit.
You think you're going to make a late playoff push?
I think Sam Darnold's the truth.
I think Alabama could beat the Jets, but if we
Okay, outside of them,
I have the Rams at number 4.
Rams and Seahawks are
they're interchangeable.
Uh,
when they played and the Seahawks lost,
they made them look bad. They made the Seahawks look bad. The thing is, though, the Seahawks the last couple of weeks have been missing every running back.
Yeah.
And if they don't have that balanced attack, it shows.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. The thing is, the Rams, I have no faith.
Yeah, neither do I.
Jared Goff.
Because Jared Goff is a certified bum. That man is. I've seen him playing against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He played.
And Tua, I'm a Tua fan. Let's get that. I'm a Dolphins fan. Let's get this out the way. I'm a Tua fan. You know, he can win MVP one year. Actually, this year probably. But
he has a running chance.
Yeah, basically. Point is, Jared Goff is a bum. I seen Tua didn't do anything. He didn't have to.
Yeah.
Because Jared Goff handed the Dolphins the game.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with the Rams is when Jared Goff plays a defense that's decent, the Rams are in so much trouble. And the Rams defense is also so inconsistent. Like some games it's like you can't run the ball a yard on them.
Yeah.
But other games it's like have at it.
I like the way they played against the Buccaneers though.
Yeah.
I mean the Buccaneers, Tom Brady obviously he's not
Tom Brady anymore.
He's 42 years old. It's like when people clown him, dude.
He's basically Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he's 42 years old. Like, what do you want from him?
I know.
He's done.
That kills me when they were like, I see a report and it's like Tom Brady washed. It's like, well, yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah, he's 70.
Yeah,
the fact that he's starting
caliber
is pretty good.
NFL football still.
He's better than Jared Goff.
I hate Tom Brady. He disrespected my team so many years.
Yeah.
But he's doing what he has to do. He has a good team around him, so he's doing that much. But the Rams got a good defense for sure. They're pretty top heavy, but
Aaron Donald and the Rams, kind of.
Yeah, it's a little mid tiers, but it's still good defense.
And like you said, the Rams and the Seahawks are tweeners. I just think if they play 10 times, it's going 5 each way.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to Russell Wilson being Russell.
That's why I put the Seahawks above the Rams.
Here's the thing though: is Russell is winning games and has the second to last worst defense in the NFL.
I think
behind Dallas.
I don't know, dude. They're fighting for the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, defense
is bad.
It's they're not giving them any favors.
It's not the Legion of Boom.
Who they play? Arizona.
Yeah.
That was the best I've seen a defense play.
I know.
All year.
And they gave this recent one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's because they got Carlos Dunlap, and he's it's sad that he's by far the best.
He's their spark plug. Carlos Dunlap.
It's sad that he's by far the best. But he got the game winning sack at the end of the game, seal the game. So
exactly.
It's something.
They also, they've been dealing with injuries. To be fair, but even if they're fully healthy, that defense isn't very good.
It's so hard to because the problem is if the defense sets up the offense, right? The defense gives field position. The defense keeps points off the board. Russell can put all the points up that you want, but if your defense is just letting them run free, you're gonna have to deal with shootouts.
Exactly.
And I don't know if Seattle has the offensive play callers for shootouts. I think a lot of Seattle's problem is they bank on Russell offensively.
Yeah.
And they just kind of let him do what he wants to do.
He don't got that much protection to begin with.
His O-line's bad too. They're all beat up.
They got DK still, but
they got DK, Tyler Lockett, and then Chris Carson, Carlos Hyde. I think that's their 4 main things.
Yeah.
Their tight ends
Greg Olsen shows up every other game.
He's their tight ends they use him kind of more like a security thing. Like if it's third down short, they kind of look for them.
Yeah.
My thing with them though is they finally got Carlos Hyde back against Arizona because he's been hurt just as Chris Carson's been hurt, and that team looks so much better.
Yeah.
Because DJ Dallas and Travis Homer, they can't really step.
Don't they have Bo Scarborough?
They brought up Bo Scarborough. And he tore his hamstring.
Yeah, that's dope. Shout out Bo Scarborough. I remember that picture came out of Derrick Henry standing next to Bo Scarborough, and Bo Scarborough dwarfed Derrick Henry.
I thought Derrick Henry was a grown man. You see Bo Scarborough, but
that's a grown man.
He's giant. Okay, so
outside of them, I have Tennessee. I don't trust them at all. But they're better than Buffalo, and they're better than Tampa. But they win these games in such ugly fashion.
Yeah, I think honestly, I would take Buffalo over Tennessee.
I only take because Tennessee beat Buffalo early
over Tennessee. The only reason
I think Josh Allen,
like I said, quarterback Ryan Tannehill.
He's a game manager.
Man, Derrick Henry needs so much more credit.
I know.
To what he does to that team.
I know.
Because they run that man like a slave.
And Tennessee's defense some games are just atrocious.
Yeah, if they're getting outscored by teams like the Indianapolis Colts, that's an issue.
I remember watching that game and my jaw was at the floor the entire game.
This is a weird game. Because everyone at first it looked like the Colts were kind of just winning games because they're winning games.
Yeah.
Like, it just happens. But then all of a sudden Philip Rivers was like, you know what? Let me shake off a little bit of the rust real quick.
Let me put on this Mormon jacket.
Because the
Just
thing
take
is,
over.
when the Titans get ahead, they're good because you can run the ball, do everything.
you run the ball
If you start behind, you got to ask Ryan Tannehill to start passing and get you back in the game, and that's when you start losing.
Yeah,
and the receivers aren't horrible. AJ Brown, Cordayers, that's good. They got what's called
I like AJ.
end,
I like AJ Brown
got
a
me
lot.
like 5 points in fantasy last week.
They got Johnny Smith.
upset.
Like, they have good weapons. It's just Ryan Tannehill is just an above average game manager.
Yeah.
So asking him to do something above average it's tough.
Derrick Henry though is that man. Just saying.
Yeah, without Derrick Henry, that team.
The first couple games though, Ryan Tannehill looked like Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
I was sold. I'm not kidding. I was sold.
I'm not lying. I've seen him 8 years in Miami, man. He ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just saying he a game manager.
Yeah,
That's
I got the Bills over them because Josh Allen took a big step this year.
Yeah.
There has been moments this season where he looked like old Josh Allen, but then there's some moments where he looks really good.
Yeah.
And he got way more efficient. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he still has those games where he just those dumb picks because he's Josh Allen. He has to do something stupid.
Right.
It's just in his DNA to do something dumb. Like, he just has to try to make a play that doesn't even get played. I think adding Stephon Diggs to that team gave him something that he hasn't had, which is like a true number one.
Yeah.
Oh, Bloom up ridiculous. It's like how potential and everything like that.
And what's it called? Like, a lot of people were saying like, oh, Stephon Diggs asked for trade. That's so dumb of him. Like, he's gonna get like 5 catches or like 5 targets a game.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's like, oh, okay, well, it's not.
Yeah, it was proven now that Minnesota was the issue.
Kirk Cousins isn't very good at the whole football thing.
I mean, Stephon Diggs playing like at least one of the top receivers in the league.
He's playing top 5 right now.
Yeah, I would say.
I think he got the most yards. In terms of yards, he has the most yards. Just
I think he was leading the league in yards last week, but then they had a bye this week. So I think D-Hop.
It's D-Hop, and then it's Travis Kelce.
Yeah, which is horrifying.
That's crazy.
That's just
and Tyreek Hill's also top 5.
That's just the Chiefs.
My favorite part about it was someone on Twitter was like, "Yeah, he's not a good blocker. Like, he's second in the league in yards as a tight end. Shut up."
Travis Kelce's a black man, no?
Hey,
is he not?
Travis Kelce, he a brother, bro.
He's a black guy.
Travis Kelce, I've seen him interviews, man.
He's a black guy.
He invited to the.
You have a better beard than Travis Kelce.
Oh, 100%. I mean, my beard's immaculate. But Travis Kelce got a good beard too.
He does have a good beard. It's a solid beard.
No, Travis Kelce, the homie.
I just like his anger issues.
I watched him on All the Smoke with like.
And he got drip too, man. I'm telling
Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and like I was listening to just audio, and I was like, "Am I listening to like DMX talk? Like, who is this?" And it was like Travis Kelce. Yeah, Tennessee and Buffalo were interchangeable. Outside of the top 7, I feel is like where it gets a little bit more obvious.
I think
because Tampa is like good, but like when they don't show up, they get it's so weird. They're really good, but they're terrible. They suck.
Like, I think it just as soon as Tom Brady plays against a really good, like, it's just this year, and obviously not for his career, but like for this year, I've noticed every time he plays a good defense, it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He just can't be asked to carry no more, like do stuff like that.
So,
I mean, they got a good complete team around him, so like I have faith in them at least to make some, especially clutch plays when it comes down to it. But
and then sometimes his arm looks horrible.
I know.
Like
that's
against the Rams,
he can't throw deep.
Against the Rams, he was 1 for 9, 2 interceptions on throws 15 or more yards.
Yeah, he can't throw deep.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that or the Bears.
But they got a ridiculous run game.
Yeah, the Bears
with Ronald Jones and
Fournette. And it also helps that you have AB and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Gronk.
The defense is a little slow. I mean, they're
the defense underrated.
I think that their run defense is really good. I just think that like they struggle and like
they
don't cover anybody.
They have that one rookie safety that was cool.
Yeah, Devin White's tough.
Devin White.
Isn't he? Did he tear his ACL? Or did someone else tear their ACL?
I don't believe it was Devin White.
I don't think
there
it was
was
Devin White.
Was it Devin Bush?
That's probably.
That sounds familiar.
He's the dude on Steelers, right?
Yeah,
I think that's it.
I know one of them tore their ACL.
Yeah.
I have to look it up now. Though.
Right after Tampa, though, I have the Raiders. I have a little star by the Raiders because I think that they're my sleeper team in terms of what they can do in the playoffs. The Raiders, if they play that well against Kansas City, that means they can play that well against anybody.
Yeah.
But I think that it depends on whether Derek Carr wants to be a little bit more risky.
Yeah, that's what
I've noticed too. If he throws it deep, like
Derek Carr has a good arm.
Yeah, it's just he gets kind of timid around those throws.
Yeah, he's the game manager.
Yeah. I think it's an above average game. I mean, the Raiders. I mean, they got a solid team all around, just how they built. I'd probably put the Packers right over the Raiders just because Aaron Rodgers.
Even though their defense has been bad this year.
Yeah, the defense has been pretty bad, but like I say the Raiders. Like I understand they play the Chiefs really good, but I feel like it's because the whole division rival. Like division games usually end up pretty close because they know how to play each other, all the time. So I feel like the Raiders, they know how to play the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I still give them credit because they're still.
It's the Chiefs.
Exactly.
But I just feel like if you play Patrick Mahomes that well, then
you should.
Yeah,
like they got waxed. They got waxed by Tampa Bay earlier in the season.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's one of those games where just like Tom's being Tom.
Yeah, Tom had a game against Carolina, who also has a bad defense, where he looked like he was just wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, where they almost put up 50.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I just think that the Raiders are sneakily good. Like, they don't really have like a true weakness. I just think that they're not
anything great.
Yeah, they don't.
Except Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs cold too. But.
Shout out Josh Jacobs from Tulsa. That's my hometown.
Shout out Tulsa. Yeah.
But
I would have Green Bay over Las Vegas and the Bucks. I'd have Green Bay at 8.
Yeah,
because it's
I had them at 9 and then Vegas at 10.
Yeah, I just knocked Green Bay down because the way they lost to the Colts was pretty pitiful.
Yeah, I mean,
because that was a winnable game.
Yeah, and they were driving, but Marquez had a nice little fumble because why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
I think they also underutilize Aaron Jones for whatever reason.
Yeah.
He had like 14 touches last game.
I know.
That's Aaron Jones, dude.
I know.
He led the league in touchdowns last year. Feed the man.
Well, granted, he played the Cowboys and they gave up 6 touchdowns? Aaron Jones,
that was disgusting.
That was
he had like 4 or 5. I forgot what it was.
Oh my
god! NFC East. I don't even want to think about it.
This is horrible.
I'm vomiting thinking.
The
about
last 4 spots should just be NFC East teams, honestly.
Yeah, basically. yeah. 29 through 32 should just be the NFC. Just the NFC least. Right outside of the top 10, I have Arizona. Yeah. I don't think Arizona's up there because they're immensely better than everybody. I just think that Kyler Murray is so hard to game plan against. Like, even when they played Seattle last week, he threw the ball well. It's not above great. But he threw the ball well against a team that game planned him against the run. He had I think 5 carries for 15 yards.
Yeah. Kyler Murray's just, ridiculous on what he can do with his legs. So he provides so much more after that. Because I've never seen a dude who looks like a child. He looks like a child. No disrespect.
Like a kid.
But especially how he runs.
Kyler, come on the podcast. You're shorter than all of us.
You see how he runs, man? Put your arms up, dude.
That kills me. Because as someone who's been here since 8th grade. If he was running track, bro. Since someone who's been here since 8th grade, and I'm about to tell y'all a story. My freshman year of high school, Central played Kyler Murray. You can look this up. Central High School played Allen in the first round. The first play from scrimmage. The first play, we got handled. Yeah. Manhandled. Thrashed. Waxed.
He never lost the game in high school, I think so.
So the first play from scrimmage, Kyler Murray's right under center. Hut. 4-step drop. Throw. In the air. And then while it's in the middle of the air, Kyler Murray turns around where all the Central fans are, puts his finger up in the air, and walks to his bench while the ball's in the air.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
In the air.
That's a straight disrespect.
And they scored.
Were you in the stands?
I was like, because we played well. I'm gonna be honest. They took 3 touchdowns for us for some ticky tack penalties. Yeah. But it was
Kyler Murray's just cold. Let me can't do nothing about it.
It's Allen.
It's Allen.
Their receivers looked like NFL linemen.
Yeah, they breed a lot.
It was like the Alabama of high school football.
Yeah, literally. If you have them at 11, I would have Baltimore, Indianapolis over them. I'd have Baltimore at 12, and then I'd have Indianapolis at 11, and then Arizona at 13.
It's hard for me to trust Lamar.
Hell no.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't trust Phillip, first of all, man.
Well, I don't trust Phillip.
Well, Indianapolis, their defense is
the defense is cold.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Their defense is cold.
And then I think they finally realized how to use Nyheim Hines.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in Baltimore, I don't know, man.
It's hard for me to trust Lamar because I read some stat the other day that he was 27-5 in games that don't really matter like that.
Yeah.
But in games that matter, he's 1-6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever gonna be an elite thrower. That's the thing. He can't be an elite thrower. But you could do so much other things with him. Also, I feel the way they're not putting them in positions to succeed. Especially they got Hollywood Brown's the number 1. He's good, but
he can't be the number 1.
He's the number 1, and their defense is worse than it was last year for some reason. Like they took a big step down.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Earl Thomas
initially
too,
at the beginning of the season, Baltimore's defense was pretty impressive, but like the last couple games, they've just taken such a massive step back.
And then like the running game's not as dominant as last season because I mean Mark Ingram's he's taking a step down because he's a little bit older, and then J.K. Dobbins, and then they have the other Gus Edwards.
Yeah,
they're not. Their play calling is ridiculous too. I don't know what's going on.
I don't like the scheme they run either.
I just think it's really. I mean, it's kind of like
they figured it out. Like Lamar Jackson said the other time, they're calling plays before they call them themselves.
It's kind of like I'm gonna make an MMA. I don't know if y'all know who Khabib Nurmagomedov is.
I know, yeah.
But when he fights, you know what he's gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Y'all just in fights they just can't stop him. Yeah. I just feel like with the Ravens though, it's such a predictable scheme that it's very stoppable.
Yeah, their scheme's set
because
it's heavy run.
It's power, play action, power, play action.
Yeah, you gotta have the lead for that too. If you don't,
I know.
So you gotta get out the lead, and your defense gotta hold, so you can then play that same thing. Because if you guys ask Lamar to, start throwing from behind, it's gonna be a lot harder.
Yeah, and in all this press, I mean, Lamar throws the ball accurately, but he's not throwing like. He's not throwing like Patrick Mahomes throws.
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing though.
He's throwing little slants and drops. And
they keep comparing Lamar to someone like it's just not a fair comparison to compare Patrick Mahomes to anyone really. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's like comparing LeBron James to other people. Like it's not fair.
It's not. Yeah, there's real no.
You could win
purpose.
with Lamar. You just gotta.
I think
you build a team around him. You gotta build a team around him.
Patrick is one of those guys where you just put guys around him.
95% of quarterbacks need a scheme around them. Like I don't care who you are, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, something ridiculous like that. You need something built around you.
Yeah, I think honestly they need to kind of figure out like a different approach to their offense because I don't think Lamar is that horrible of a thrower. Last season he looked hyper efficient.
They need more offensive weapons too.
They need more weapons. I think they can change.
And
their scheme
also,
up.
Mark Andrews has panhanded some games. Like I'm pretty
he's on
sure.
My fantasy team too. Also,
yeah, I know he's on mine.
He's a red zone threat.
I benched him last week. He got 20 points. So
yeah, that's kind of how that goes with Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
But I have Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews. This week I started Hayden Hurst, and guess how many catches he had?
None. He had 0.
None. He didn't touch the ball.
That's right. I started Gronk. He did all right.
But Mark Andrews, I'm pretty sure averages 3 drop balls a game. He just can't catch for some reason.
Their receivers are they're notoriously bad for dropping a lot of passes.
I know.
And I don't think it's necessarily
and I like
Jackson's fault.
And look, I like Marquise Brown and I like Mark Andrews. I'm an OU guy, so I have to root for these dudes. But
they're not number ones.
Marquise Brown doesn't like being hit at all.
Hollywood Brown. Shout out to my hometown, Hollywood and Miami. Just like y'all know that he's from Hollywood. That's what they call him that. But I love him. But I mean, he's not.
He can't be your number one.
Yeah, he's not that. He's not big. He's
fast. He'd be a sick ass slot.
He would.
Yeah, he needs to be in like a Cole.
Now they got Dez Bryant. But I'm like, I saw him had a nice little play the other day. I think
he had some nice plays.
I don't think they're trying to tackle him. I think they forgot he was there. He just got 15 yards or something.
But getting Des Bryant's putting a Band-Aid over a bullet hole.
Oh yeah, they can't fix it. They can't fix it this year. But
no, that doesn't help. It's not going to help this year. No, I think honestly they should try a different scheme. I think Lamar running if they actually trusted him to pass a little bit more. Other than
but it's weird though because how many games has Baltimore played so far? 10. Through 7 of these games, through the first 3 quarters, the Baltimore could be 10-0.
Yeah, for sure. No, their fourth quarter play is abysmal.
It's like Lamar gets into these fourth quarters and he's like, well, I don't really want to play football anymore.
It doesn't need more consistent for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely had a worse season. Like I was saying, if you know exactly what a team's doing, it's gonna be a lot easier to stop them.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is if they trust them to throw a ball on first or second down.
Yeah, they're not very. I feel like if they were a lot more creative on offense.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They would be much more hard to beat.
Same thing they did last year. Same couple plays, not adding variety to it.
Yeah.
So they just need to switch it up.
They need, definitely. They need a revamp on their offense.
So after that little grouping of teams, hey, I have your Miami Dolphins, 14. I really like Miami. I just think their defense is so good, and Brian Flores to me is the coach of the year. I'll let you take the helm on Miami though, because I know that's your team.
All right.
It was in-depth breakdown.
Yeah.
First of all, last week was just disgusting to watch. I don't get to watch Dolphins game much because I work.
Right.
But I had last Sunday off, and for some reason I had to watch that trash game of that game plan. First of all, defense. Dolphins got a good overall team. The thing people don't realize, they got really good defense, but it's a really bend, don't break mentality. Because we get 20th in yards, but we're a top 10 scoring defense and everything like that because we get a lot of turnovers. That's what it is. Xavier Howard, first of all, best corner in the league. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's leading the league with 6 interceptions. he's ridiculous.
He's on my Madden rebuild team.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like an 83.
He's the only reason we got a touchdown that game because he got an interception at the beginning of the game. Got position at like the 40, 30-yard line, and then two got an easy, nice little goal line fade to Devontae. But I mean, they really like the baby. The thing about Tua is, I don't know what he is yet. I think his potential is gonna be ridiculous. I think he'd be really good. I don't know what he is yet because small sample size, but they're not helping him in terms of they're trying to baby him too much and what they do. Because I saw when they put Ryan Fitzpatrick in the last couple plays, and they just open the offense up more. Just let him do whatever he wants. Draw back and pass. And Tua needs to get a lot better in terms of not holding the ball too long. He got 6 sacks.
And I think that's an issue with Miami is like they let Ryan Fitzpatrick come in and do what he wants because I feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick's reputation is kind of already set. Yeah. And I feel like with Tua, if he goes out there and makes mistakes, they don't want his name in the headlines as the guy who made mistakes. Yeah,
I think they're treating him like he's too fragile. But like you gotta let him see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's not your guy, he's not your guy. But I mean, I think he can be. But you gotta let him grow and develop, and making mistakes is part of that. So you gotta do something.
Do you think they should have started Tua when they did, or were you on board with letting Ryan do what Ryan wants to do?
I didn't when I first stepped. I didn't think so. I was like, let Fitzmagic ride a little long, even though I think anything he was gonna do much because Fitzmagic always turns to Fitztragic eventually. Yeah. But like after what I seen Brian Flores do for our team, I'm not gonna question his decision about what he's doing because every decision he's done has worked out for the most part. Right. The trades that he's done, everything else in terms of decision making when he starts and everything like that. I mean, they work out. The thing I learned about Brian Flores compared to a lot of other coaches, aka Adam Gase, he's a bum.
He's terrible.
I don't know why the Jets picked him up after we fired him. It's ridiculous. But anyways, Brian Flores holds people accountable, and he makes if he don't care if you're undrafted, you're gonna play if you're doing better at practice. Yeah. Like he's gonna put the best player available on the field. That's what I think. That's why I put Fitzpatrick out there, which I don't agree with, but I'm not gonna argue with his calls because I have faith.
Initially, I disagreed with it, just because I felt that Ryan Fitzpatrick was rolling. I thought that he was playing well in the offense, but I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick would have won the game that y'all beat the Cardinals in.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
they needed
done a turnover.
They needed that dynamic ability that Tua has, especially on the feet, because Ryan Fitzpatrick's not running the ball.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, that's my thing. Is against the Cardinals, their offense looks so much better.
Yeah,
and like they actually kind of look like they're like letting Tua kind of have fun.
Yeah,
the O-line played a lot better too.
Oh yeah, let's say the Broncos, they're not a very good football team, obviously. Right. So I guess you always say like a trap game.
Yeah. That's kind of how that goes when those teams with such potential play these like lower tier teams. It's like they go into these games thinking, we're
especially a young team like that with a young quarterback.
We're just significantly better than them, and then they take it off, and then
you're not playing down to your competition. All of a sudden, Melvin Gordon has 2 touchdowns and Bill Lindsay has 80 yards.
The rush defense is terrible. First, we got a really good pass defense, but the rush defense is terrible.
Yeah, that run defense.
It's like that's what we get. A lot of situations because we never really be behind this season. We're always like ahead, so our run defense doesn't get exposed like it should. But when we get behind, they just start running on us, and it's because our secondary is good, but we got to get some front seven help because it's rough.
Yeah, you can only do so much with like those cover zero fronts and all that.
Yeah,
because all that like mask your D line's not very good.
Yeah.
So, rounding out the top 15, I have Cleveland.
Nick Chubb is the greatest running back to ever grace the sticks. Let's get that out there.
Except for last week when he fucked over every fantasy owner that he was.
I lost because of that. Because he decided, I'm gonna step out the one because let's just get this game over. That pains me. I lost by 4. That would have gave me 6.
He could have just scored. I don't know why.
Cleveland to me, obviously they're 7-3, so they're decent, but they're the least trustworthy team out of any team up here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't look. This is gonna be. I might shed a tear saying this. All right.
I know where you're going.
You can't trust Baker.
Yep. I mean, Baker's
you can't.
It's
ugly to watch. I don't know what it is specifically. Basically, it's like a combination.
And I get there's a combination of things going wrong, whether it be with him or the amount of head coaches he's had early in his career. It's 3-4 different head coaches. That means there's multiple different playbooks.
They're not helping for sure.
Yeah. But if Baker throws over 25 times a game, you're in trouble. You're there's a legitimate problem.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're playing a team that can get to the quarterback even a decent amount, when the pocket collapses, he gets chicken feet.
He gets scared.
Terrified. And I get it.
His pocket awareness ain't that good. I don't know why
he gets blasted.
Yeah, me and Baker are the same build of a human. If I was amongst Chase Young, I would be getting terrified. I would be terrified too.
Yeah, he's not a crazy athlete. I feel a lot of it though.
That got boosted. That got boosted at OU.
Yeah.
The offense. Yeah, the offense. Yeah, I mean, college you're gonna look way more athletic than
and
you
plus
actually
OU's offensive line, it always has.
Oh yeah, the offense.
Shaq after Shaq.
Oh yeah, the offense is ridiculous. Oh my, that was breeding. All offensive players.
With him, I think a lot of it, like you're saying, is mental.
Yeah, I think so too.
His rookie season, he was having a blast.
Yeah.
But now you see
and I think it's because I don't. Odell's not the problem at all. I think it's Odell's image being brought into that whole system. Yeah. Because when you play with Odell, who's such a great receiver, such a great talent, it's like within you as a quarterback, you're like, okay, I have to utilize him.
Yeah.
And like if you were to just get him the ball within the swing of a game, it would work way more. Yeah, but a lot of games. But the games Odell has played with Cleveland, they're trying to force him the ball, and that's
not how you run the offense.
That's the defense is like, oh, you want to give him the ball? Okay, go over there.
You gotta let it go organically. That's not
you gotta let the game come to you.
Yeah, and I mean, Cleveland's offensive line's been beat up. Austin Hooper's been in and out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb just got back after like 4 games.
Their run game's ridiculous. They're both running backs they got.
If they ran Baltimore's offense, they would be. They'd have the same record as the Saints.
They got 2 like number 1 running backs basically, and just run the ball they want. So Baker ain't even gotta do much.
Yeah.
But
as soon
as that run gets stopped, that's when bad stuff happens.
Max Baker out at 20 throws a game, and just let Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb do whatever they want to do.
Like I don't think Baker's ceiling is that high, but like I don't think he should be playing as bad as he is right now.
Baker's ceiling to me is like a Ryan Tannehill type.
Yeah,
it's just game manager. Yeah. Baker. I mean, yes, he had that crazy game against Cincinnati.
I was about to bring that up because he looked like. Because he
started off like 5 too.
Yeah, and then he went 23 for 23.
Yeah,
and then he turned into
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, exactly.
But 6 feet tall. And like, look, it's hard for me to get behind trusting Baker when there's such a mental block with him when it comes to how that offense works.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like if he sees one receiver make 2 catches, he's like, oh, he's getting the ball the rest of the game. We're going after T.O.'s catch record today. Outside of the top 15, I have Carolina. I think Carolina's record only looks like this because they don't have enough talent to close out these close games against these good teams.
And their defense
they're not a bad team.
Their defense is really bad, though.
Yeah, their defense is really bad. That showed through in the Tampa game last week.
49.
It was like 49.
Dak Brown, their rookies, he's struggling a little bit, but I mean he's a good defensive tackle too. I mean he got that much up around him. But I mean, first of all, PJ Walker, from the XFL.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how. I didn't think he was gonna do as good as he did his first game. But I mean,
sick.
Granted, it's against Detroit, but you just came from the XFL though.
I was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is not bad. It's not that bad. I mean, I don't think it's.
I like Teddy. I was on board calling Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy Bumwater, like in New Orleans, because I thought he was getting carried.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, he's a decent quarterback.
He is.
He's not afraid to go for it. He's made some dope ass plays this year.
I know.
He also has some pretty solid weapons like DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel.
I can't remember what game I was watching, but I know one game. I think it was against the Chiefs. It's like a 3rd and 12 game, like 1 score game, like 4 points apart. And Teddy takes off and jumps over the.
I remember that.
The first down marker.
Yeah, he's going for it.
No, he got some balls.
He got popped too.
Yeah. No, against Atlanta, they lost that game too, which sucks. So.
Teddy's hilarious.
It was 4th and long.
Yeah, he used to ride his bike to the.
Bro, I seen his interviews. He's a great guy. He's hilarious, bro. But it's like, amazing. I support Teddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, how do you throw with gloves?
I don't know.
How is that possible?
That's ugly as hell. First of all,
looks so weird.
That's not possible. Okay, does that make Teddy the greatest quarterback of all time? Take the gloves off.
If you take the glove, like
I mean, I respect it.
He's just
I
Michael
feel like
Vick.
he just put a handicap on himself because I don't know why you have.
It's like Rock Lee taking off the weights.
It just looks ugly. I don't know why.
It's Rock Lee taking off the weights. The gloves come off and he just starts whipping guards' ass.
Yeah.
The 49ers next.
I have the 49ers. It's another one of those Carolina situations where it's just injury ridden.
Yeah, and that's true. I think theirs is like a lot worse.
I don't like Jimmy Garoppolo at all. I think he's.
Oh no, I think he's very good.
I think he's shit stained.
I think he's average. I think that throw he missed against Super Bowl is kind of just a good indicator of how good he is.
Yeah,
I don't think he's that good.
I don't think Jimmy's good at all.
I mean, the Dolphins messed them up too.
Yeah, they
waxed him.
Jacobs, a lot of
they're missing
Jimmy themselves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Granted, they're missing
everybody.
Yeah,
they are missing everybody on the team got hurt. So I can't.
With San Francisco fully healthy, I think they're an upper tier team.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, I think that Super Bowl season last year, I don't want to call it a fluke.
Yeah.
But I think that things just went their way because I think
Yeah.
they're
If they
I think they're a
stay
competitive
healthy,
team.
They could do some stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, if they had like an upper tier quarterback, they'd be ridiculous.
Yeah,
like how good they'd be.
Oh yeah, the team would be done.
I mean, I think
they have crazy offensive weapons. The Jimmy Garoppolo kind of caps them because
Yeah.
it's like Alex Smith on the Chiefs team.
Yeah.
He
I hate
can only do
to
something,
keep
but-
bringing up Ryan Tannehill, but like
Yeah, he's a good person to
He's
like
like
compare average
an
quarterbacks
all
to.
these version of Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have talent around them, even offensively. Raheem Mostert, Jerick McKinnon, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. Like
And
they have
Deebo
dudes he can get the ball to. Yeah, Debo Samuel. And then obviously
a bunch of running backs. They go through like 15 running backs.
Yeah, they got rid of some of them. I think they kind of stuck with Raheem this year, but then he ended up
but I mean, they
breaking
still got
everything.
a bunch. It's,
But they all keep dying.
yeah,
I know.
And they all do like relatively good when they come in.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm pretty sure I've gotten like 6 rest in peace reports for San Francisco running backs
Yeah, it's
across
horrible,
the season.
dude.
And we obviously all know how talented their defense can be when healthy.
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
I think if they were fully healthy, I think they'd be in the top 10 again.
Even
yeah,
though they
I
don't
think
have
so.
the better Bosa brother, they're obviously still solid.
You don't think so?
No, I think Joey Bosa's better.
I don't know.
And Nick Bosa a racist. So
Yeah,
it's
Nick
like-
Bosa's racist.
He a mega boy. We're not gonna get into that. So
I mean, we can get into it. I don't care. I want all the smoke.
All right, what's next?
I have Minnesota outside of them. What's today? Monday? Tuesday? Sunday, I think that the loss to the Cowboys was just another one of those planned to year competition things.
Yeah, they only beat the Packers like 3 weeks ago.
I know.
yeah,
Granted,
Dalvin
Dalvin
Cook
Cook is like
God for a second.
turns into Superman. some
I
games.
have him on fantasy team. I mean, as a unit,
Most
man. I'm telling
consistent fantasy football player.
Okay,
I've
you know,
ever
like
had.
every year is always like that MVP candidate. That's not a
Yes.
quarterback. Like
Yeah.
last year was Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
So this year it's Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I think it's between Dalvin and Alvin, 2 of the worst first names.
I have both of them on my fantasy team.
Me too,
It's
bro.
ridiculous.
Bro, me too.
That's how I win all my games.
Yeah.
Off then. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Alvin had that stinker Sunday, but I think that was because they're nursing. Like he has like a foot injury.
That
Yeah,
was
he
an
was-
ugly game.
he was a
too,
little
like
hurt that
defensive game.
Don't
Dude,
matter. Taysom Hill.
how many? Okay, is Matt Ryan the king of taking a sack at like the 38-yard line that just puts them out of field goal range?
Yeah, I believe. I mean, the Falcons will do anything.
That's why they
Follow-
lost the Super Bowl.
Lose.
That's why they lost that Super Bowl because Matt Ryan was like, "Fuck it, I'm taking this sack that's
That was-
just gonna put us out of field goal range."
I think they lost Julio for a little bit too. I think he's hurt.
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little
Shout
bit,
out to
so-
Young Ho Koo. That's,
that
I'm
man's
not.
a legend.
I'm not
That
calling
man's a
you Young
legend.
Way. No way.
I don't know why they call Young Ho Cool a legend, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
I had
sure.
him on fantasy team earlier.
I'm calling him
He's-
Young Ho Koo. That's the best name of all time.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's,
Young Ho
he's a
Koo?
legend. He's a legend. I mean, that's the only one of the few kickers names I know, just off rip
And
like
the only
that.
reason I know
I get
Rodrigo
his jersey. Swear to
Blankenship.
God,
Oh, I swear to God, I would
Yeah.
get Young Ho Koo.
that's
the-
the best name.
And the only other kicker's name that I know on a first name basis is Rodrigo Blankenship, just
Mhm.
because he's the guy that wears the goggles and is
the
friends with
Darwin's
Quavo.
boy. He's friends with Quavo.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, because he went to
Hilarious.
Georgia.
Oh, okay. That
So
makes sense.
he's posted
That
up with
makes
Quavo
sense.
in the game, and like, it's fun. If you were just to like cake him up in the face with some makeup, Rodrigo would be like a regular looking dude
Yeah.
instead of looking like he belongs in like a Jimmy Neutron setting.
I want the Falcons to do better. I want to see Justin Fields on the Falcons. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
To see Justin Fields. I'm like, the Falcons, they've been through so much.
They're
So
atrocious.
much trauma.
I feel bad for them. But
Me, an Atlanta fan,
Dude.
they just
How much? Okay, they lost that game to Detroit, and I was like, okay, there's no way they're ever winning a close game again.
that was bad.
That was bad.
it's
The
ridiculous.
Cowboys
All you
game
had to
was-
do was not score
It's
Todd Gurley fell into the end zone on accident.
on accident.
I don't
That's
know how you do that.
I mean, that's
but
tough.
That's so sad. No, the Cowboys game was just another indicator of how bad the Falcons are
Yeah.
at, close
All right.
stuff.
With the Chargers.
So at 19, I have the Chargers. Look, I'm a part of the Herbie fan club. I
Right.
think Justin Herbert was easily better than Joe Burrow. I don't even through this season so far. Obviously not coming out. Joe
Yeah,
Burrow was the favorite, but through this season so far, I think it's easily been Justin Herbert.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
been
I
wheeling
would
and
argue
dealing.
that Joe Burrow has more targets to throw to. Obviously, his O line is. He just basically
I
has.
feel like Joe Burrow's still in the worst situation, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I see what
But
you're
in
saying.
terms
Justin
of-
Herbert still
in-
has outplayed.
yeah.
In terms of like receivers, though, I think Joe
I mean,
Burrow
it's
does.
the reason Joe Burrow is
'Cause
dead right now.
Because like
Yeah,
Joe
so-
Burrow has Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, AJ Green. He has a tight end every 3 seconds.
Joe
The only
Mixon.
problem is they ask him
Joe
to throw the
Mixon,
ball
yeah.
like 50
I
times
know.
a
Yeah,
game.
I know.
And then,
yeah,
like,
and then
Yeah,
they wonder
they-
why is his knee, inside out now?
Yeah,
That's
I think
ridiculous.
coming into that game, he was the most hit quarterback in the league.
Oh,
Like, it wasn't
believe
even
it.
close.
I'll believe it.
That's what I hate about.
I think in the most pass attempts too. It's
Yeah.
like,
it's
crazy.
bad. That's what I hate about rebuilding teams, though.
Yeah,
Especially
no.
like the ones that are always bad, because they always do the same thing. They always draft a quarterback, but nothing else.
You got a structure around it.
I
It's
know.
like, you can't ask him to just.
And like Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and them are all talented, but it's hard to get them the ball when your quarterback's on the ground every 3 plays.
He's running for his life every 5 seconds.
Justin Herbert is, I still think Tua's gonna be the best long term.
Justin Herbert is so special.
But Justin Herbert is pretty he's proven a lot of people. You know,
he leads the NFL this season in passes over 50 yards.
But the Chargers in general, man, I've never seen a team that found so many different ways to lose. And
they're the best worst team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They're what, 3-7?
I think I heard a stat.
But every single game that they've lost,
7-3.
They've almost won.
I heard a stat that Vincent told me. Shout out Vincent, by the way. He could be here, but Vincent told me how they've been. I think other than the Steelers, a couple weeks ago, they're the only team to have been in a 1-possession game.
Like every single game.
Every single game, other than the Steelers, and they're like 3-7 or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing about close
They almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, they almost beat the Chiefs, and then
that is to me when initially when I saw Justin Herbert, because he came in like the second half of that game, or the middle of the second quarter, or something like that.
It was before kickoff, 15 minutes before kickoff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, they announced it like
they announced it 15 minutes before kickoff.
That's right.
Tyrod Taylor.
I don't think Joe Burrow even makes that game close.
I'm just saying someone took out Tyrod Taylor to put Justin.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Someone
that was an anti-black thing.
That was my. I mean, probably they said Tyrod, you're not doing.
I read a report that doctor has
you puncture somebody's
life. Dude, I read a report that doctor has done that before.
Oh my god!
Like he has like a track record of being that bad.
That's ridiculous.
He's a team doctor for an NFL.
That's embarrassing. I'd be pissed if I was Tyrod. He lost his whole
chance of like having
his own
team. Oh, he ain't touching it now.
Like, he's not touching it. Bro, okay. Is Justin Herbert 12th?
Well, after he cut his
hair, I
just
want to let y'all know. The Dolphins did that to him, bro. He had the worst game of his. Not saying it was a terrible game, but he has the worst game as a pro so far against the Dolphins because they had a better defense.
He got rid of his hair. He looks so weird.
And then,
he looks like Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah, literally. He looks like he
but
breaks
with
stuff.
a little bit more acne. He does look like he breaks stuff. Yeah, he looks like just like an angry 12-year-old.
Like that one
with the silver tooth kid.
That says like, "Oh no, David." With
yeah,
kid, like,
he's the silver tooth kid for sure.
I feel like he went to Great Clips or something, bro.
Dude, that fade is not good.
I'm like,
look, shout out Kodak Cam, my barber. We will get you into contact with Herbie because you got to do something about that.
Save him,
the one fade all the way around the dome.
It looks so
it's
weird.
Bad.
It looks like join the military.
I know. And he has the acne of a 14-year-old.
Yeah, it looks like me when I was like 13. Like it's bad.
Oh my god,
my face like is still there's moments, but like that
I just really love the flow though. I thought that was a part of Herbie's existence.
It's like him,
Yeah,
like like the brow or like Patrick Mahomes' voice.
And also him. What is Herbie? 6'6", right?
He's tall as hell.
He's big.
Yeah. He kind of run too. I ain't gonna lie.
Looks good in shorts.
Do y'all like Mike Williams?
Yes, but no.
I mean,
he makes some sick ass catches.
I think Mike Williams is kind of like how the Chargers are, the best worst team ever. He's like the best worst receiver.
The talent there, bro.
He's like here's the problem. Every 4 games, he's like, I'm gonna have 12 catches for 112 yards and 77 touchdowns.
For sure.
It's the motor ain't there.
Yeah.
You get the motor like that.
And like he like can't. It's like it doesn't ever stay consistent with him.
Yeah,
that's an issue.
Wasn't that?
I mean, Keenan Allen's tough. I like Keenan Allen a lot.
Keenan dope.
At 20, I have New England. I just think they're not as worse as the teams behind them. And like that win against Baltimore, I think that win against Baltimore is their ceiling. I don't think that they're going to make any noise.
I mean, in terms of New England, first of all you New England fans, y'all trash. I know y'all not supporting them now because they're not doing good.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Patriots, they just a well coached. They got Bill Belichick. You know what I mean, they're gonna be a well coached team regardless. They missed first of all. They got beginning of the season. A lot of people didn't know that they had the most people call out for COVID. Like they just opted out the year.
Yeah, and
they missed a lot.
And
of
I think they had 6 starters on their defense not return.
Yeah. I know a lot of people went to Dolphins like Calvin Noy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Dante Hightower opted out for COVID, stuff like that. I mean, and then Cam Newton. I mean, you could win around him, but like I said, that's another situation where you got to build a team around him to do stuff.
This is another team to me that if they just ran the system that Baltimore had, I think that they would be in better shape than 4-6. Welcome back, Bearded Dragon. Cam, it's just some games where he throws the ball and it's like Jesus Christ, dude.
He's not accurate at all. But I mean,
It's weird though, because I think Cam Newton has one of the prettiest throwing motions I've ever looked at in my life.
The thing that scares me, if I was a receiver, bro, he throws bullets. I don't care if it's 5 yards or 50.
Oh, it's coming in at 100.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's scary. Like I don't know how you break people's hands.
Cam Newton's throwing motion is like the equivalent to like if Steph Curry just didn't make jump shots. Like it's like, dude, you have like he's got the L thing down. It's a follow through. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, he throws.
And then he just goes.
And they're right in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he just trusts it. He has no touch on it. He just throws everything 100 miles per hour. It's like
like he's at like a max prep camp.
He's got a good deep ball, but I mean, he got to work on the intermediate out routes, stuff
Honestly,
like that.
After this though, I think he should try another career as an MLB pitcher.
Yeah.
He flings that thing.
Dude, if he can just get down how to keep it on a line.
Yeah.
He's the best quarterback in the league.
He's a freakish athlete too, man. He could play defensive end if he wanted to.
Dude,
I mean,
he's like 6'5", but like
huge.
350.
Yeah,
all
and
muscle.
like chiseled, bro.
He's built like the thinking man on Night in the Museum.
100%.
Literally.
He's got to be one of the top like 5 athletes just in general.
Yeah,
he's huge. Okay, so on this list here, thinking about it, now I have Atlanta over Dallas. I might switch that just because Atlanta is so bad. Like Julio's obviously been injured, but even before it's hard for Julio to be inconsistent consistent when you have Matt Ryan. Calvin Ridley's good.
I like Calvin Ridley though.
Russell Gage was solid. Julio Jones the first 2 weeks, but their defense is terrible. And their O line is like, I don't like
their coach. Their play calling, stuff like that.
I mean, they were 3-1 when they hired their new head coach after they fired Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
But they weren't playing people that really matter.
Yeah, for sure.
And Atlanta to me is just like what they are is what New Orleans kind of pointed out when they played them. It's like their O line was just like, fuck it, hit Matt Ryan. I think New Orleans had 9 sacks that game.
I believe it. I mean, their team is just so awkwardly. There's like they have no really identity.
I know.
It's just like it's just randomly put together. They gotta like start it from the like foundation and build it back up because they just not that good of a team. I don't think Matt Ryan's that bad of a quarterback. I don't think he's that great either. Yeah. But at this point, I feel like they got to move on a different direction because they just got to rebuild.
At this point in his career, and I'm about to do it again, he's another Tannehill guy. If he just came in and game managed, they'd be fine. Yeah. But he doesn't. Matt Ryan thinks he's Aaron Rodgers, like how Patrick Beverly.
He looks like
honestly, if you put Matt Ryan on like a better team, I think they still. If I switch Matt Ryan and put him on the Colts, I think they'd be so much better.
For sure. Yeah, just because Matt Ryan has that talent, but like
his team is just god awful.
Yeah, and he's not the guy to carry. So.
Yeah, like how Matt Ryan thinks he's like Aaron Rodgers is the same way that like Patrick Beverly thinks he's like Gary Payton.
Yeah.
It's like it's an irrational confidence, and
but at least he's not knowing Patrick Beverly.
Yeah.
I don't even
know. We'll have an entire pod dedicated to you, Patrick.
Right
Cancun on 3. Also, Dallas. Look,
I put the Falcons over Dallas.
I only have Dallas over the Falcons because of that crazy ass game that they beat Atlanta. Where Greg Zuerlein had the craziest kick, and right before that kick, I was like, why don't you just put it on the ground and like try to spin? I swear to Christ, I was like, why don't you just kick it on the ground and make it and have it rotate out?
Yeah.
But Atlanta, for some reason, all their onside returners were like, we can't touch it until it gets to 10 yards. So they were just staring at it the entire way.
It was bad. It was embarrassing. It's all not knowing the rules.
Dak Prescott still has more passing yards than Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, and one more guy.
Yeah, they're still not going to pay him because they don't care about Dak Prescott.
I forgot who it was. I saw it. It's not Lamar anymore, I don't think.
No, it's not Lamar.
I think it is Lamar Jackson.
I hope not.
It's close at least. It's close at least, which is bad.
It was like 2 weeks ago Lamar was on there.
Yeah.
One thing was Dak Prescott
It cannot be Phillip Rivers because Phillip Rivers' stat line every year is 6,000 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 47 picks.
Oh, that's facts. He throws so many yards, but
dude,
it's like
never translates.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
At 23, I have the Giants. Look, all the NFC East teams are going to be in here on out. The NFC least is what they're called now.
Shout out Bree, by the way. Huge Giants fan.
I'm sorry. You and I feel the same pain. Look, they're just bad. There's really no other way to put that one.
Their offense is solid,
I think the Giants got a decent future in terms of ahead of them. I feel like the way they built.
I don't know if Dan Jones is the answer.
I like Daniel, but like you've got to get him an O-line.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's bad how bad their O-line is.
He's also a turnover issue, so
and it also doesn't help that when he's butt naked and about to have a touchdown, he falls.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm so glad they scored.
Lucky he could run though. He could run.
No, he's got some wheels on him.
I didn't think he could run like that, but
having Saquon hurt doesn't help.
Help
Sterling Shepard in and out of the lineup doesn't help.
They didn't build that. I don't think they really have a true number one receiver. Like I don't know if Darius Slayton or Golden Tate count as a true number one receiver.
It's a tie between Darius, Golden Tate, and Sterling Shepard.
Golden Tate a little older than
him. Darius Slayton's pretty good though. I actually kind of like him.
And Evan Ingram is injured all the time.
Golden Tate, my guy though. I see one touchdown he had for the Lions. Most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Was that the wave?
The wavy or like the side flip or whatever.
Yes, bro. Like.
Yeah, and he flipped and then he landed and then he was talking shit and then that got pushed him.
He had one against Janoris Jenkins. And
that was the most disrespectful play I've ever seen.
He caught the fade and then he did this. All that talking while he was running towards the end.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's the most disrespectful. Like one of the most low-key disrespectful NFL players.
It's pretty funny though.
Who fumbled the bag on filming him and Jalen Ramsey fight?
Oh.
Who was like, no, I don't want to put this on video.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Who won though? Who y'all think won?
Great.
I think it was Jalen Ramsey.
I don't know.
Jalen Ramsey.
Because Jalen Ramsey's the one who got fined.
Jalen Ramsey kind of sus. I'm just saying, but like
he is a little. You tell me. I just faded that. I thought I was Jalen Ramsey for a second.
That's really how he be talking, man. No, but the whole
ask him.
I think it's the whole Jalen Ramsey thing. I think Golden Tate mad because Jalen Ramsey, I think, cheated on his sister, bro, and the whole baby mom.
Pregnant,
yeah, bro. That's rough.
I mean, that's tough. I mean, I get fighting for your sister. He was well within his right.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like Golden Tate swung and missed, and Jalen Ramsey was like, "You missed me." You think he did that?
I'll believe him, man. It's ridiculous.
Why are the Bears so low?
Okay.
Where the Bears at?
I just noticed that.
The Bears are 24. Damn. I think the Bears are
5.
Hey, shout out Christian, also huge Bears fan.
I think the Bears are so putrid offensively.
Bro, the last 4 weeks, their offense has been so bad.
And David Montgomery's decent, but like he averages 2.5 yards a carry, and they give him the ball like 20 times a game.
It's tragic that they picked Mitch over Patrick Mahomes, man. That's tragic.
Oh yeah, that is
tragic.
Deshaun Watson.
Ugh.
That's rough.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz is terrible.
You know what I realized though, like ever since I heard about the Bears, like even before I started watching football, they've always been known as like a defensive team, the Super Bowl team that Walter Payton, and a huge that 86 Bears, 85 Bears, and they still always had a trash quarterback, and it's not changed to this day.
Yeah, it's like their identity. Like,
they had look. I
was
a big fan of Jay Cutler talent wise, but he's just like.
I mean, talent. I see what you're saying. Talent. You see what you're saying.
Talent doesn't give you everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't help
His
you win.
demeanor is crazy. I've never seen somebody just not care.
About football.
I know. They'd be like, hey, Jay, can we work within the system? He's like, fuck you.
He had a 1 year for the Dolphins. That was a rough year.
My favorite thing.
And y'all got B. Marsh that year too, I think. Right?
Brandon Marshall. No, that was a little beforehand, but Brandon Marshall go hard. Respect to Brandon Marshall.
No, my favorite thing about the whole like Mitch Trubisky thing is they traded up for a guy that no one was gonna draft.
Shout out Brandon Marshall, but please get off TV. Please.
He be making some. I feel like
it's not even just the takes.
He just wants some like attention takes. But
hey, look, get the bag though. I'm sure.
Respect.
I'm sure they're paying.
He's hilarious though.
Yeah, I have Chicago so low because their offense
is really
watching it makes me like makes a pool of diarrhea form on the inside of my stomach.
It's hard to watch football if you're like.
It's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, watching a Bears
watching
offensive drive is just it's like pulling teeth.
I know it's so bad,
and especially if they sustain a drive because it's never pretty. If they have a scoring drive, it's the ugliest drive.
The defense is ridiculously good though, which is a shame because they had Khalil Mack and all that, but they can't do nothing else to help them out.
I saw a play. I don't remember if it was earlier this season or late last season. There's a Khalil Mack hits a lineman with one of those swim moves, right?
Yeah.
And the lineman after the play holds him, and Khalil Mack one arm suplexes him over his head.
I think. Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Khalil Mack's a grown man, bro.
I would have fined him for that.
He's terrifying.
I would have fined him out of respect for that lineman. That lineman's wife saw that play.
Oh yeah.
One thing about their defense is they can't play defense.
Khalil Mack could cuck that guy's wife.
I mean that is true. Khalil Mack's a scary man. Who's gonna find him? You gonna find him? Because I wouldn't. I would not be the one to find him. because I'm not.
Roger Goodell.
I'm not gonna have that talk with Khalil Mack. You know what I'm saying?
Roger Goodell was just a 50 bodyguard security force, just aimed at him.
If I walk up to Khalil Mack, he trembles. Just know that.
He just built different. That's what
Khalil Mack, I swear to God, if you're watching this podcast, I'm lying. I'm not telling the truth. I swear to you.
But yeah, my thing about the defense is they can't play off the whole time. So that's the reason why.
Maybe they just need to put Khalil Mack at quarterback.
Yeah.
He do everything.
Against the Buccaneers, when Nick Foles could actually do a little bit of something, they look like great because their defense is, making Tom Brady go through hell.
Yeah.
But then if they can't do anything on offense,
I get Nick Foles won the Eagles a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But the Patriots played like the Bears play now in that game. And you can't just give somebody a starting job over a guy that you're trying to develop. Because I think the Bears would be way better if they had Mitchell Trubisky right now. I just think Nick Foles is just terrible.
He could just do a lot better. Nick Foles ain't good unless he's in the Eagles jersey, first of all.
Yeah, I know.
But
he's not good.
And Mitch Trubisky, he's not that great of a passer, but he could do a lot of things with his legs.
The Bears' offensive line's bad, so I feel like they don't. He doesn't trust himself to run either. Though he gets scared to run.
Yeah, he probably.
They feel like an 8 and 8 team, 7 and 9.
If they ran an actual system where Mitch Trubisky ran a little bit more, I think they'd do a lot.
Yeah, but they're gonna win some of these games because their defense is.
Yeah, that's
so good.
I feel like they're gonna be like I said, 8 and 8, 7 and 9.
And then Nick Foles is due to have like a good game every now and then.
Yeah,
so
he'll have a little 20 for 31.
Yeah, just random
250 yards.
Yeah,
two touchdowns,
a pick. He'll hit Allen Robinson 20 of those 20 times.
Yeah. Free Allen Robinson.
I know, free Allen Robinson for real, bro.
But they just don't.
Dude, free A-Rob.
Miami will take him. We'll take him. Don't worry.
Bro, honestly.
Give him the... I was going to say Dallas, but...
Yeah, how many more receivers
do we need?
Seeding Cole, by the way, that catch he had.
CeeDee's the best rookie receiver in the league. Cameron, if you're watching this, Justin Jefferson is not as good as CeeDee Lamb. I saw your text telling me about you don't think I know the sport. I know the sport.
Justin hit that gritty, though, bro. You got that dance.
Justin may have a better gritty than CeeDee, but I have a better gritty than both of them. And CeeDee has a better gritty than T. Higgins, and T. Higgins has a better gritty than Justin Jefferson. So that kind of balances out. That's just basic math.
Yeah, I don't know the math on that.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. I have
football team.
I have the Washington football team. I'm not calling it. They're the Redskins.
Dude, I want them to change to the Red Tails.
Can they just be the Navajo or something? Like just give like
worse.
Dude,
I get Redskins is racist, but like
I don't want to give that organization screen time, bro, because they're terribly run.
They're terrible. Their pass defense is really good.
You don't like Kyle Allen, bro?
And in terms of just the organization, if you're talking about just the organization, not even their football, not even football wise, like their organization as a franchise, the owner, it's not, bro.
Yeah, all that stuff we heard about the owner, like in the offseason,
they got some bad stuff. They need to figure out.
They need
the way they did Dwayne Haskins dirty, man. You gonna put a crippled Alex Smith in?
That's the thing with like the Tua thing that happened when y'all benched him. It's like that all that does is hurt a young quarterback. I mean, I get Dwayne Haskins a pick machine. But like Alex Smith
I don't think Washington just well run at all. So I don't got nothing to say about them.
I mean they have like hope with like Antonio.
Like I said, they're part of the NFC East.
And J.D. McKissick. I like them.
Chase Young, he's looked solid. He's a couple of injuries, but he's looked solid for most part.
Yeah. He popped the dog shit out of Joe Burrow.
Oh, that was
prior to the ACL thing. Joe Burrow was like goal line touchdown.
Hey, credit Joe Burrow. He got up right afterwards.
He did get up. He got up right afterwards. I don't know how. I mean, I would have got up, but like, he got up a little slower.
I feel
he got a little slower.
I would have tried Chase Young in the end zone, but I'm just built different. That's all.
Well, you have a beard. I don't.
That's all true. I'm also grown, man.
26.
But
side note, the Houston Deshaun Watsons.
Yeah. We have the Deshaun Watsons here at 26.
They will not win a game without Deshaun Watson.
Dude, they'd be worse than the Jets.
Oh yeah.
Like they're that bad.
They're horrible.
They're that bad.
Side note, I'm a Dolphins fan, obviously, but they got the Dolphins pick because we traded for it. Mm-hmm. So like whatever they finish, we get their pick. So.
Oh, so y'all are in the mix.
Yeah, so I wanted them to keep losing, but Deshaun keeps winning them damn games, bro. It's ridiculous.
It's only 3 so far, at least.
Yeah, but like he.
Dude, like, two of their wins against Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's true. And they wouldn't have beat Jacksonville without him either.
I know.
It was against the Patriots last week, right?
Yeah, they beat the Patriots.
Dude,
because Deshaun had a grown man play
Deshaun
again.
is too good to be in a. You can't even be. It's not like free Deshaun. If this is a jail sentence, Deshaun murdered 7 people and he's in here for 200 plus life, right? You have to help Deshaun. You have to put pieces in there.
It's rough, man.
He's not going anywhere. They're not going to let him go.
Well, they stuck with Bill O'Brien too long. He ruined their franchise for the next 5 years.
Put Deshaun in Detroit. They'd be 10 times better.
Put him anywhere.
Put him on the Bears, please. Just
please.
That'd be beautiful.
Let's stick Nick Foles and Mitchell Trubisky in buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
Please.
Put him like in the XFL.
Yeah. Yeah, put him in the Canadian Football League with Johnny Manziel.
Put him back to college.
Send him back to college.
Send him back for a couple of years.
Oh my
Put him at their degree and start another business venture.
Right after Houston, I have Detroit. I just think Detroit's just really bad.
Shout out Lardo, another Detroit fan. A big fan right there.
I'm sorry. DeAndre Swift's tough. Kenny Galladay has a good game every now and then.
I like Jeff Okuda.
Is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer?
No.
Think about it for a second.
I don't think so.
Dude, I don't know.
I think
I just respect Matthew Stafford.
I respect him because he goes for it every time. He's like, people call him a stat hammer. He's just going for the.
No, I respect Matthew Stafford. Like, he ain't like crazy great, but he's a good quarterback. He's
got that dog.
He's a hard motherfucker, bro. I swear to God, I've seen him play. Like, I think a play where he was like a busted like shoulder, like his other shoulder was like dislocated, and he threw like the game-winning touchdown.
Matthew Stafford,
ridiculous.
Matthew Stafford looks like every guy that went to Texas A&M ever.
Yeah. You looking straight at you. You look straight.
Tell me that's not Matthew Stafford.
That is true.
That's Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he kind of got the hair.
Y'all got 20-0 skunked. That was a bad loss. That's
not that good of a team, man.
That was a bad loss.
That's another team that's organization from the top to bottom.
Fun fact, that skunk right there, that 0 that Detroit put up, is the first skunk in Matthew Stafford's tenure as a Detroit quarterback.
Damn.
That's tragic.
That's tough. That's pretty impressive considering they went 0-16.
That is also true.
After them, I have Denver. The Drew Locks.
He's good sometimes.
Dude, Drew Lock is like he's so confusing.
Yeah.
Like
I like him sometimes.
He's a black man too. Pretty sure Drew.
He kind of goofy though.
Anybody who's like on the sideline losing a game and like singing Jeezy word for word like Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
You got to get some credit for that.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I lost some credibility when he was throwing fucking like 4 picks. And,
that was
doing
bad.
Stuff like that. And
anytime a team plays,
back your talk up. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime a team plays Denver, I automatically add the defense that's playing Denver to the waiver wire because I know they'll pick up 20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just watched the Dolphins lose.
Unless the Dolphins for whatever reason.
But I mean, granted, I watched the game. The defense, that's not their fault at all. Like, it was 3 and out every time. The defense could do so much. You know what I'm saying? You just put them in a terrible position. And then once they got the lead, you just run the ball. So Denver's like a weird team. They got a lot of injuries too. But
yeah, I mean, they're missing Von Miller, so that's an help.
Yeah, and like, they have such strange good pieces in places that don't help them win.
They have Philip Lindsay.
And they said, let's
sign Melvin Gordon.
Their run game is good.
Courtland Sutton's hurt too.
Yeah, Courtland Sutton's hurt. I mean, Jerry Judy's there.
They got good. I think who's Justin Simmons. I think is the safety.
The safety.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He got the game-winning interception on.
Yeah.
Fitzmagic, of course, but
he's really good. Yeah, Denver's just one of those like. They're like the Detroit Pistons of like football. Like they just have good pieces in places that don't really help them succeed.
Yeah.
At 29, I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Another NFC East team.
They're the worst team in the league that isn't Cincinnati, Jacksonville, or New York. Like Philadelphia's so bad.
Yeah. But they almost beat the Ravens one year.
Well,
ain't they leading the division also?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because of the tie. With Cincinnati.
Exactly.
Yeah, the division right now is 3 wins apiece, and then they just are in front because they have a tie.
You know, it's a shame that an NFC East team is going to host a playoff game.
I've never seen a quarterback be so bad so fast.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Carson.
I had just one ACL tear, and all of a sudden he turned to
but it's like his decision making.
He turned into Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, like
oh my god, Nathan Peterman should never had a job.
Another fun fact, I read something that if Nathan Peterman were to go 0 for 600 and throw 500 picks, he would still have a lower QBR rating than Aaron Rodgers' worst game.
I believe it. Nathan Peterman. I don't want to. Colin Kaepernick should have a job before Nathan Peterman. That's disrespectful.
Well,
Nathan Peterman is so bad.
Something funny about Colin Kaepernick. In Madden 21, you have the option to celebrate, and the option thing is called like
With the fist.
Yes, you could. I can't remember what it's labeled as, but it's so stupid. And you could either put the fist up, or you take a knee and put the fist up. You take a knee, put your head down.
Yeah. After like 4 years, y'all decided to add him in the game and do that instead of giving him a job when he should have had a job. Now because social justice is cool now.
They put him in a video game, so it's cool now.
Yeah, outside of the him pushing for racial justice and doing all the good things that he's doing, he should have a job. Yeah, he's better than Carson Wentz.
He should be on the roster. I mean, if you don't want to start, I understand that.
You're telling me that Joe Flacco on the New York Jets.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure Nathan Peterman still has a job. Not that we were talking.
I think Nathan Peterman's on the Raiders.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, I think he's on the Raiders or the Rams. One of those.
Colin Kaepernick's better than Joe Flacco, Gardner Minshew, Carson Wentz,
whoever's on the Washington
Drew
football
Lock,
team,
whoever the Kyle Allen,
Bears, New York
it's too
Giants.
far gone now.
Basically, the last 7 to 9 teams, he's a better quarterback than outside of Deshaun Watson, but that's a novice. Cause
what about Minnesota Vikings? Would you want him over Kirk Cousins?
Absolutely. I mean, unless we're going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't know about Kirk.
Unless we're going into the fourth quarter.
I don't know what Colin is now, but
if Kirk Cousins in the fourth quarter is Kobe Bryant, why?
You like that?
Ooh wee!
He's a goofy quarterback, bro.
Dude, his mic'd ups are so funny.
Dude,
where he's like, frick, crap, crud. It's like, you do okay. Come on.
He's like, if anybody watches this, knows who Zach Hansen is. That's who Zach Hansen would be as a quarterback.
Dude,
it's just
he's like Wow Wow Wubsy as a quarterback. Like the most crud. Are you serious?
Yeah.
He'll throw a pick and he's like, dag nabbit.
Yeah, it's
frick, dude.
Dude, throw a fuck in there. Come on.
It's just ugly.
He's a little cringe machine.
Dude, that ooh wee clip, I haven't stopped watching it since it happened. Or the you like that? You like that?
He thought he was doing something there too, huh?
The worst part about the ooh wee clip is one of his linemen behind him repeat it and then make Kirk repeat it because that makes Kirk feel good about himself.
Yeah.
He's like ooh wee, and then one of the linemen's like ooh wee, and Kirk doubles down.
Yeah, he has to. It's Kirk, bro.
But at 30, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. They're now probably going to end up being the worst team outside of the Jets.
Yeah,
just because they lost Joe.
The Jets are actively throwing, so I don't think.
Yeah.
They could be worse.
They're tanking for Trevor, and Trevor's like, nah, fuck that. I'm staying another year.
Yeah, the Bengals, they can do good without Joe Burrow.
Like,
not that much.
Trevor Lawrence wants to get his bachelor's all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, he was a master's in microbiology.
They better get rid of Adam Gase if they want a shot at anybody.
Literally, Adam Gase. First of all, he turns away free agents.
First, these bottom 3 teams are just all in the same boat.
It's just disgusting.
The Jaguars are trash too, man.
It's bad
dude,
football.
It was so irresponsible for Gardner Minshew to go into a game knowing he had a broken arm. Like, I respect, I'm going to fight through this. But, come on.
Yeah, dude, you're just hurting yourself.
I mean, the Jags and Jets are both going to get, Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, so you got 2 really cool quarterbacks in college that might get their careers thrown away.
First of all, I don't know all the young quarterbacks going to the AFC and all the older ones on the NFC right now. It looks how it's, turning out to be. Especially with these new quarterbacks coming in.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah, because the AFC is just so... It's just
it's
really
instead of top heavy, it's bottom heavy.
Yeah, and it's leagues better than the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The NFC got a lot more, like he said, top heavy teams until the Chiefs. The Chiefs got
Chiefs changed a little bit. Now, it's terrifying.
Yeah, but the bottom portion of the NFC is just
it's almost like JUCO football.
Yeah, there's a lot of good AFC teams right now in terms of the wild card fighting for that wild card spot.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but I know the bottom of those guys, they're what the hell happened?
Yeah.
How is there a team here?
I think Jacksonville and New York are interchangeable. I just think that they're just pitiful.
Who the Jags beat? Oh, did they beat the?
I think they beat the Colts week 1.
Yeah, I think it was the Colts week 1.
Oh yeah, they did start 1-0, didn't they?
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. So everyone's Colts are fake.
Dude, and it's weird though because it feels like every single game Jacksonville's in, they're up at some point.
Yeah, against the Packers, they look like they're gonna win, and then they decide, let's lose real quick.
He's like, let's. I don't think I want to win this one.
Said, win our second game of the season or Justin
Justin Fields? Yeah.
Might as well go with Justin. Might as well go for.
At this point, I don't think Gardner Minshew's the answer. He's cool though.
He looks like he came from the 70s.
Yeah, it's sick.
Can he wear bell bottoms and tight shirts the rest of his career, please?
I hope.
With a tie-dye headband?
He's the character for sure. But I don't know. As
I
a
fuck with the
I don't
Fu
know,
Manchu though.
That goes hard.
That's
I respect
hard.
that.
The Fu Manchu. Oh man, that's tough.
We spent a lot of time on these rankings there.
We did,
Yeah.
but well warranted considering how bad.
we went into detail into like each team.
Almost every team.
So I mean,
I was confused why the only thing that we just didn't talk about was the Packers.
I just think they're just like
we said
they're
the
good.
defense was bad, and now it's
I mean they got Aaron Rodgers.
That's all it takes.
It's there's like nothing much else you can. They're just like man, they're good.
And the Jets. We
don't.
Yeah,
we don't
they
need to talk
suck.
about them.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a team that has Frank Gore as a starting running back.
Yeah, we only spent more time on Jacksonville and New York because it's way funnier to crack jokes at how bad they are.
I'd rather. I have more fun talking about an 0-10 team than I did talking about like. The
I
Cleveland
would
Browns.
rather watch The Notebook 4 times in a row with my girlfriend than watch a Jacksonville or New York Jets game.
I want to watch
for a quarter.
I want them to play each other.
Oh my! It'll be 0-0.
Nah, I think the final score would be 3-2. Is it be a
The safety and a field goal.
Yeah.
Who gets the safety?
I think the Jets will get it because Jake Luton just has to do something. Like last week he had like 4 picks.
Dude, when they played the Texans and I think it was the Texans, and he had that spin move to like tie the game late.
Yeah.
I was going crazy because it was on red zone.
Yeah.
It was on red zone, and I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Came out of nowhere.
I thought that guy was legit after one spin move.
Yeah.
But yeah, that about wraps up the power rankings. My favorite to win the Super Bowl is Kansas City.
I got Kansas City too. I think that, all the other teams that make
Just
sense.
admit it.
I mean, if you're being real, Kansas City are the favorites, but we know what's gonna happen, right? Like Tua's gonna turn into that guy. He'll come in, he go off in the playoffs, and they're gonna win.
Just like Garrett Godbert almost beat the Pittsburgh Steelers when they played Dallas.
Or Garrett Gilbert, the
Garrett
chosen
Gilbert.
one.
No, Garrett Godbert.
Godbert? Oh, okay.
No, Godbert.
Tua finna be MVP.
Praise God.
I don't care, but Tua gonna go off in the playoffs because that's what he
Speaking
shows
of
like,
MVP, who are your odds-on favorite to win MVP? It's gonna be a quarterback. It's not gonna be a running back.
Yeah, obviously. I wish they kind of had a little more fun with that, but
yeah.
Okay.
The NFL doesn't give a fuck about
anyone else but quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be Patrick Mahomes at this point. There was I was on the rush train for like the whole time, but the last
6 games I was like Russ.
Yeah, not last week. Last week was okay, but the 2 weeks before that, he had like 3 picks.
I think he
lost.
Yeah, when they played Arizona the first time.
Granted,
I think that's when he lost.
A lot of it is because his team.
His team's really bad. He was making some dumb throws.
But I mean, Patrick Mahomes gonna win it.
Yeah, at this point,
I don't even think it's close.
Yeah,
I wonder what the betting odds.
And it's 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
I mean, realistically, he is the most valuable player to his team because how much he does. It's
Kansas City's a middle of the road team. But, like I would say they're a 7-9 team without Patrick.
I think I think
just because they have so much offensive talent.
Yeah, I like the whole quarterback thing. It's like so is quarterbacks.
Yeah,
which in Patrick Mahomes' case is true. It's true, but like Aaron Donald, he should be discussed in that way more because that man's ridiculous.
He gets triple team.
I know.
Yeah, like what he does to a defense, open so many other people, it's like insane.
I want to know something crazy. I watched this video one time that was saying Aaron Donald benches like it was like 550 or something that, and DK was saying right next to him, he was like, I bench like 450.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
DK benches a lot.
Say that one more time.
DK is
450.
DK's a grown man too.
DK is not a grown man. DK is God. Pretty sure
he's Hercules,
dude.
He kind of got stiff hands.
I'm pretty sure for DK. I'm pretty sure DK stands for dude killer. I'm 100%.
My thing with him though, he's not the most polished receiver yet, but it's only his second year.
His hands aren't the best, but it's his second year.
Yeah, it's his second year. He took a huge leap forward from his rookie year.
Luckily, Russ got in his head, so now DK's never gonna sin like Russell Westbrook has never sinned in his life.
Yeah. Russell Wilson.
Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook sins a lot. But Russell Wilson, like, I have DK. I follow him on Snapchat, and he like sings like country songs now. So like.
Yeah,
we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, Russell Wilson got it. He's going to be here for a while.
He slicked his hair back once.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. He's...
Strictly white women around him.
I don't know if anybody saw his draft. The white girl he had next to him. They're not dating anymore. He is his wife now. But, yeah, I mean, it looked like something Russell Wilson would date. Smells like...
My favorite draft moment of all time is when CeeDee Lamb got drafted and his girlfriend tried to take his phone and he was like, watch out.
Yeah, he got his phone back.
He was like, chill.
It's like, nah, you think you're slick, give him a phone back. Like, let's be real.
That's so funny. That he did that? Funny. On live TV?
I respect it, though. Like,
imagine how embarrassed she was
she thought
seeing
she'd
on
get away with
Twitter
that.
when I'm one of the 100,000 people that retweeted her getting.
Oh, she thought she'd get away with it.
Yeah, no, not happening.
No.
Yeah, it's so funny. I loved it.
Man.
But yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Is easily the odds-on favorite. I think Patrick Mahomes has to have like a serious stinker in order for my second guy.
And I don't think it can be even one. Like, it's like 3 in a row.
Yeah, it has to be like 3 straight games of nothing but picks.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
We just have to turn into like.
Also, Kyler Murray does a lot for his team. I don't think he's gonna get close to winning it.
I don't know if Arizona has over 3 wins if they don't have Kyler.
But yeah, Kyler Murray does a lot. Just in like terms of how much value he has for his team, it's ridiculous how much he does for his team.
Also, DeAndre Hopkins is. Yeah, I think he adds 6 wins to your team immediately.
Yeah. I can't remember the rushing stat, but I think Kyler Murray has like 11 rushing touchdowns or something stupid.
He's gonna be the first player, I think, over like 3,000 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing.
You think he'll end up with like a 20-20 season?
20 touchdowns, 20.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
That'd be crazy.
That'd have to be like like LaDainian Thompson type.
That would be insane.
Like it'd have to be like something that you don't see ever.
I think they are the highest scoring offense in the league right now, but that would be ridiculous if he did that.
I think it's because like there's some games where it's like you can't touch. Like I think it is Pro Day he ran like a 4.38 or something.
Yeah.
What is wrong with him? And then have the balls to get drafted like number 5 in baseball.
The MLB. Yeah.
That man's 5'9" on a good day, and
you're giving him too much. He's 5'4".
And
that's too much credit.
His
too much credit.
Deep arm is pretty.
I know.
I don't know where he gets that strength from. Just launch that.
Like when Christian Kirk's running up the middle. And
dude, it's a I've like that DeAndre Hopkins throw was so impressive to me. Yes, obviously it's about the catch. Yeah, yada yada yada.
That throw was dumb too.
He's rolling out opposite, and then has to go like this. Fuck it. And put it, dropped it in.
Gave him the shot to catch it.
He didn't put it in his hands. Obviously, it's hard to catch because there's 3 people.
Yeah, and DeAndre Hopkins is.
And it's DeAndre Hopkins. But like
one at top 2 at high pointing the ball.
Oh my god, that was such a stupid play. I was like, oh wow, the Bills got it.
Oh and dude, I was.
Dude, basically.
Yeah, as an OU fan, I'm obligated. It's a cardinal sin if I do not root for OU guys.
Yeah.
So Kyler Murray threw that ball in the air, and I was like, this dumb motherfucker, dude. He's going to just throw a pick. I get it, last second, but it's going down as a pick. DeAndre Hopkins caught the ball, and I did 3 backflips. In a row, like in the air. Like one jump.
He beat the Bills, so I was glad he beat the Bills, but that was crazy. Yeah,
that was stupid.
Like, have you seen the cartoons where, like, they run off a cliff and they're like, and their legs are running in the air and they get back on land? That's basically what I did.
Yeah.
But with a backflip.
That's how Kyler Murray looks when he runs.
Dude, he looks like Roadrunner. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's been doing that since his freshman year of high school, carrying the ball just like this.
You can't touch him.
I mean, he goes hard, though. It's ridiculous.
He gets tackled less than any pro football player I've ever seen in my life.
I want to know who's fast between him and Lamar.
I think
it's Kyler.
I think Lamar's faster because he's taller.
I think
Kyler's definitely shiftier.
No, I say shifty. They're both like stupid.
I think Lamar's shiftier because he's longer, but that makes him easier to tackle.
Yeah, in terms of jukes, I think.
Because what's the
Kyler's
definition of?
Okay, Kyler's harder to tackle is what I'm trying to say.
Elusive.
What's the definition of like shiftier? Shiftier, like talking about like one-on-one at each other, who can hit the best move? Because I think Lamar might have that.
He has a bag.
Dude, Lamar looks just like me when I play football. Like when he's running, it's pretty impressive. Like that move, like we've all seen the Vine, right, where he's running about to hit a touchdown. The guy he just stops and he's like, and walks in.
That was Northwestern Miami, by the way. That's where he's from, born and raised.
That was actually me.
That was
in those spots, in those pads. I was just like,
you the one that got juked and went flying, or
I was the one who scored.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You know I was scoring.
Yeah, my fault.
Everybody knows what I'm capable of in any sport. I'm Wayne Gretzky in hockey. I'm LeBron James in basketball. I'm Casey Hammock of football because there's no one like me. I'm Mike Trout of baseball. Shout out Vincent. When Vincent gets here, he can help me with the baseball names. But yeah, it's to reel it back.
I respect it. I mean, probably like second to me, but I respect it. I mean,
in beard growth, yeah.
I mean, it's like you're probably like both of y'all are kind of like my child. But I respect it. I respect it. Like I get it. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, I have no idea who's gonna be like faster and shiftier. Yeah. All I know is Kyler Murray's hard to tackle. He's a damn midget running around. Like
I think Kyler Murray is closer to Michael Vick than Lamar is. Because people don't remember Michael Vick had crazy arm talent.
Yeah,
Michael Vick had a cannon, bro. That shit was crazy how far he could throw the
Dude,
ball.
and my favorite Michael Vick throw is against the Redskins, and I think this was on Thanksgiving. He's
The
at
first
his
play of the game
20.
to Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, he's
right?
at his 20-yard
Yeah.
line, and Deshaun Jackson catches it at the opposing 20.
No, yeah, that was a bomb.
That was terrifying.
That's
How do you throw a football that far?
that was one like and he like led him too. Like he almost
Oh,
overthrew it.
I know.
Let him, yeah.
Like he had to like
he had to tiptoe it. He
He
almost
had to
fell.
catch up to it.
I mean,
I was-
I've done that, but like, I hate to keep giving myself credit here.
yeah, we got.
I think the offensive MVP versus MVP is kind of weird, but I like it because it gives more people recognition.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do the same.
If it's,
They
if it is saying that's kind of weird. If we're gonna do like an offensive, I just give it to Dalvin Cook just because he's.
I think it's either Dalvin or Alvin.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Kyler just because
Yeah.
the rushing and passing.
Yeah.
That's the obvious.
It's kind of like like Lamar Jackson's MVP season, but like
Yeah.
the rushing's not as prevalent, but the passing.
Even though Dalvin Cook is ridiculous,
Dalvin
too,
Cook's
with
doing
different
some
teams.
stupid stuff on
I
the
know.
football field
It's-
sometimes.
It's just crazy how efficient Kyler is when he runs, though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
He averages.
9 times out of 10, it's a gain of 7
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's what he's averaging.
He doesn't have bad runs.
He's like
No.
top. I think he's like top 13 in rushing yards.
Yeah, he's up there for sure.
It's
I know he has
fun.
500 at least, or over 500 by now.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say him just because
And then
the fact that he does both.
it's just and then Dalvin. I think next season if he continues this, like if he stays, because confidence does a lot when you go into seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he could end up with like 2,000 rushing yards.
Next season.
Yeah, because like
So that'd be dope.
because that's like what he like. Some games, it's like, are y'all gonna tackle him? And
Like,
then you
it's
like
like-
watch it and you're like, oh, you can't.
Yeah, like against the Packers, he just looked like he was like
Why did Dalvin and Alvin both run through the Packers?
Packers' run defense this year has been
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not
They've
good.
been getting ran through like that.
That's not good.
Ran through, trained,
Literally.
triple teamed, quadruple teamed.
That
Gang
Riley
bang.
Reid, that Riley Reid special.
The Riley Reid special. the Tiana Trump special, bro.
Shout out to Tiana Trump.
The only
Trump
Trump
20
I rock
Trump
with.
20, only Trump I rock with. Trump 2020.
Oh man, we're not gonna get into a pod about porn stars.
What,
Yeah.
defense?
Yeah, like I think that's crazy that Alvin is on pace to have like an 1,000 season,
Oh yeah.
1,000
He
catching and rushing.
He could be a receiver if he wanted to.
I know. I think
Yeah, he's-
I think Alvin is like top 15. He's top 15 or 17 or something like that in rushing and
He
receiving.
goes crazy in my PPR league. So I mean, I respect
Bro,
it.
And they always talk about him like it's always like beating a dead horse. His balance
dude, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's weird.
He's the hardest guy to tackle.
against the Packers. He had that 150-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and
whatever it was.
Jair Alexander tried to go over there and tackle him.
Yeah, he got
and
hit.
he was like-
he just stayed.
He was like, man,
Like, he was running outside. He got hit. He just stayed. That was like, how's that work?
And Alvin got stupid drip too. Just that
Oh.
the grills he be rocking, bro.
so hard.
I mean,
I'm gonna get a septum because of Alvin.
All right, something is.
He's the only okay. Zeke looks okay with the nose rings,
Yeah,
but the septum's a bit much for Zeke.
yeah.
I feel
Looks
like Zeke's too burly,
yeah, it looks.
too. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't really explain, but like you know.
You look like
Yeah.
a bulldog, bro. I don't know. He's like. Just weird
Have you seen
looking.
that picture of that bulldog that looks like a human in the back of the car with like the really human eyes? I'm gonna pull it up.
No.
I'm gonna pull it up because it looks exactly like Zeke.
Or Zeke? No, Zeke looks like what's the thing called from Star Wars? What's he?
I know exactly what
Oh,
you're talking
Ewok?
about.
Yeah,
Exactly what you're
Tell him
talking
that
about.
ain't Zeke,
Yeah,
bro.
he definitely.
Oh my
like,
God.
He has the.
That looks exactly like Zeke.
That's funny.
But
as fuck.
side note, the defensive player of the year. If we're talking about that, it's gonna be Aaron Donald again. I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
he kind of like was kind of a lock.
I don't know.
at this point.
Stephon Gilmore won last year, but
That was kind of just
that's
a
it.
thing, but I mean, it happened.
It's because the defense was doing ridiculous.
Well, yeah, the Patriots put up some historic numbers.
I think they scored more points on defense than like Jacksonville did on offense that season.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like it
No,
was.
whole
yeah, the
defense was
defense, that whole defense was stupid last
I
year.
know. Like
But-
it was like every game they were like, we're the offense now.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about Jalen Ramsey though? Because he's had some games where
Look.
he's looked like the best quarterback in the league.
I'm notoriously on the page that Jalen Ramsey is tricking everybody. I think he's a good corner,
Yeah,
but like I'm gonna give a basket like how Russell Westbrook said Patrick Beverly is tricking everybody.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Ramsey is doing that to a lesser extent.
yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
he's a good corner. I think he's a top 10
Just
corner,
not like-
but he's
not
not
top
what
five,
he
top
yeah,
three, like
He's
top-
not what he's talking
Yeah. Well, I saw what he did to DK, and he did some
did.
unspeakable things to DK. He made him look like a son. That was bad.
Yeah.
So
DK's a grown-ass
But
man.
DK also made Stephon Gilmore look like a child.
Yeah. And Tre'Davious
Stephon
White.
Gilmore.
Yeah, and Tre'Davious White.
But just saying, I know I'm a Dolphins fan, but Xavier Howard.
He's been top 5, maybe top 3 if you want to like get into like the nitty-gritty.
In terms of that Cardinals game, he held DeAndre Hopkins to like 3 catches. Like,
he made
as someone who had a former player on y'all's team, are you a fan of Byron Jones?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a good corner. I never seen such a good corner that
Madden
can catch.
Sucks him off.
Oh yeah, no,
he's an X factor.
Xavier Howard is way better than. I'm gonna say way better, but he's better. He's our best corner.
Madden's like Byron Jones.
Yeah, Xavier Howard's like 84, and Byron Jones is like
an 88 with an X factor.
I don't know why.
Exactly.
I know.
Like Byron Jones probably is top 10, maybe. You could argue
top 15.
He's top 15.
I say he's top 15. You could argue top 10, but Xavier Howard's easily top 10.
I mean, we put Xavier Howard on. He shadows the best receiver every game.
Yeah. There's a reason why.
He's the better corner.
I just think Byron's more of a cover corner than he is a man corner, just because he's so athletic.
Yeah, it's a good like duo they got.
Byron Jones has no hands though. That's another issue. He'll never.
Although his broad jump is crazy.
Yeah, he can play the ball.
It's like 12 foot 4.
Yeah.
He's an athlete, but
he's super good at covering. He just can't do he's not a turnover guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can lock down someone, that's cool. I'm not gonna be mad at that. But turnovers, that's just something that's like a bonus.
Yeah.
Like the icing on the cake, basically.
All right. So we're gonna take bets here.
All right.
Who wins the Super Bowl?
I got Chiefs.
Who's the lock? If we're all picking the Chiefs, Drew, who do you got in the Super Bowl?
Titans.
How much you want to bet on that?
Like you put winning?
I'm not saying winning, but they're gonna. I picked them at the beginning of the season, so I gotta stick by it.
That's respectable. That's respectable.
Yeah.
They won't. Oh, how much money you want to put on it?
I will say something out of pocket on the next podcast after the Super Bowl, because I'm I'm broke. I'm not trying.
I feel
if
that.
I was gonna put money on, I guess Chiefs. I don't want.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to be that guy because everybody's pick the Chiefs, but like I don't know who's gonna stop him. Who's gonna stop Patrick Mahomes? You know what I'm saying?
It's easily the Chiefs.
Like it's gotta be the Chiefs. They're like.
Are you just rewriting Chiefs over and over? Is this like
spell Chiefs?
CHIEFS?
I spelled it right. It just looks. I did it on capital.
I before E, except after C.
Yeah.
I think it's directly after C.
The Chiefs gonna win. I don't know who's gonna come out the NFC though.
It's gonna be
NFC. I think the Saints.
The Chiefs and the Cowboys.
The fact that is a possibility pisses me off.
The fact that they might host a playoff game.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so bad.
I'll say this: if I put money on it, I'll take the Saints.
Out of the NFC?
Yeah, because they're my favorite team. So
they're a really good balance team.
Yeah, and I think Drew Brees is kind of noodle arm right now, but he's older.
Dude,
they just have such a good team around him.
Okay, prior to the rib injury, did y'all watch any Saints games?
A couple.
A little bit, not much.
Is he has to have something wrong with his shoulder or something?
I think he's just.
He never had a strong.
He's never had the deep ball guy, but like he was having trouble throwing like 10-yard outs.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like they were going to the dirt.
He's just really accurate, but
he's hyper accurate, but he's just not very. That's why Michael Thomas gets
slant boy.
4,000.
He gets mad for that too. People
slant boy.
He's the most sensitive wide receiver I've ever met in my life, and wide receivers are sensitive in general. Yeah. But he's the most sensitive one I've ever seen in my life. He responds like it's like KDS type.
Yeah. He punched C.J. Gardner-Johnson in practice because C.J. Gardner-Johnson was like, "Nah, slant boy." If that's all it takes to get into MT's head, that's a problem.
No, it's bad.
Yeah.
I think Odell might be the most mentally tough wide receiver because there's so much stuff you can pick on Odell on.
Yeah, people do pick on Odell a lot.
Remember the shitting rumor?
That's horrible, dude.
Okay, first of all, it's a lie. But like, how foul do you have to be like, yeah, Odell likes it when people shit on him?
That was messed up, man.
That's like come on.
It kind of got like. It got big too. Like,
I know.
It blew up. I was so confused.
It was so funny that Odell acknowledged it in like an interview. He was like, "I'm just sick of this shit." If y'all know what I mean. Anyway, that about wraps up everything. That concludes episode 4 of the Redeem Team podcast. We thank you for watching. Continue to like videos, comment, give suggestions. Hit us up. Any final words?
Just saying, shout them boys out. You know what I'm saying? They're doing something special here.
Uh-huh.
But I appreciate y'all for having me on. You know,
of course.
Talking about some football. And Dolphins still going to Super Bowl. I don't care if it's the Chiefs. The Dolphins winning.
That's respectable.
Dolphins Cowboys Super Bowl. I'll see you there.
No, respect.
Yeah, the Dolphins Cowboys.
I respect that.
That's the end of episode 4. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Oh God.
That's so